How are y'all doing? How are y'all doing? Um, are you guys excited for WrestleMania 42? Are you guys excited? Because I'm not. I'm not, man. Triple H, what's going on? You seem stressed out. Rumors here, rumors there. We're gonna break it all down right here on the Wrestling Takeover podcast. So strap up, tap in, enjoy the intro, and I'll see y'all on the other side.
Welcome to...
You're listening to the Wrestling Takeover.
What is your name?
With your host, Jordan Turner, who's always gonna keep it real.
Come on, King.
Inside and outside the ring.
Let me make myself clear. He's got the fans behind him, King.
It's time to take over, King.
Are you ready? He's all fired up now, King. The Takeover.
Let's go.
Yo. What is good, everybody? What's happening? Welcome, everybody, back to the Wrestling Takeover podcast. This is the realest wrestling podcast in the space. Listen, man, we're going to get right into things, man. I'm not wasting none of anybody's time, all right? We got to have a real conversation. We got to have a real conversation about WrestleMania 42. I know I recently put out a match card for WrestleMania 42. If you guys missed it, go check it out. Turn on all notifications on YouTube. Subscribe to the official YouTube channel, youtube.com/JTTakeover. And inbox your notifications so you guys don't miss any upcoming videos like this one on YouTube. But we got to get into it, man. So there's a lot of news regarding WrestleMania, and I just could not let this news just pass me by and waiting until I want to make a new video. I wanted to come up here immediately out of the gate. And I wanted to really talk about this a little bit more thoroughly, a little bit more educational, a little bit more informative, while also being honest and being real. You know what I mean? With my opinions and stuff like that. So there is a lot of WrestleMania news. There is a lot of problems. Yeah, there's a lot of problems with WrestleMania in terms of WWE coming up with this match, They have plans here. They have plans there. This person's injured. We don't know what's going on. Okay. Right now, it only seems like we already know one match is happening at WrestleMania. And that's Roman Reigns and CM Punk. These other matches, we have no idea what's going on. We have no idea. And to be honest, I don't think WWE even knows what's going on. Okay. So I want to start with this first report. I seen this, and this was very interesting, I would say. Now, this is coming from a person who is very unreliable, I would say, and somebody who has been very inconsistent and a guy that just talks. I'm talking about Dave Meltzer. But he put this out, and I wanted to talk about it because this is the neek of the crunny of the podcast video. All right? He says, WrestleMania plans are changing again. He said, quote, I was told that everything is up in the air. There's been an internal criticism of Paul Levesque, a.k.a. Triple H. They keep changing plans like Vince did. The only match that's a for sure thing right now is CM Punk and Roman Reigns. I'm laughing my ass off about that. How you have only one match announced and you don't know where anything else is going. This is giving me WrestleMania 41 vibes. WrestleMania 41 kind of had the same blueprint, had the same template, right? You knew some matches, but we didn't really know the whole card. This is worse than WrestleMania 41. In my humble opinion, WrestleMania 41 was not a good WrestleMania overall. Outside of maybe 2 to 3 matches, night 1 and night 2, out of 3 matches, that's not a good WrestleMania to me. From where we sit, it looks like they're about to repeat the same shit. And that's a problem. And I'm here to address it. And I'm here to give my opinion on it. Keyword, opinion. All right? I seen this, which was even worse than what Dave Meltzer said. The decline of WrestleMania 42 ticket sales has led to the entire card being reevaluated. So the ticket sales are reportedly the cause of WWE reevaluating direction of WrestleMania 42. They were internally frustrated as a game plan was already in place, then changed, and now further changes are on the horizon. Okay. So that was that. I'm going to give my opinion on that in a little bit. I seen something yesterday, which is interesting. All right. There are reportedly said to be frustrations within WWE Creative due to constant changing plans. One person noted that the company should stick to plans at this point. Pretty much saying whatever plans that you have, stick with them. Now, that can go one or two ways. Maybe the original plans that they have are better than the ones that they might replace them with. Or number two, the plans that they originally had were not good and they're going to change them. That's not a good look. That's not a good look if you ask me. I also see, and this is where we're going to get into the card, okay? So this match sounds ridiculous to me. It makes sense, but it sounds ridiculous. Brock Lesnar is reportedly listed internally to face LA Knight at WrestleMania 42 as of late January. Let's start with that match and work our way to we don't even have a card yet. So I'm just going to be spitballing matches that make sense and how WWE is struggling to come up with these particular matches. It doesn't really paint the creative team in a good light, in my personal opinion. Let's start with LA Knight versus Brock Lesnar. All my opinions are my opinions alone. If you guys agree with my opinions, I appreciate it. If you don't, that's fine. I still appreciate you because you're listening to this podcast. So thank you. LA Knight versus Brock Lesnar is not a WrestleMania match to me. Okay? This is just me and my opinion. So I'm speaking for myself. Okay? Even though I know a vast majority, because after that report just came out yesterday, the comments were hilarious. They were like, yo, this ain't a WrestleMania match. This ain't shit that I'm about to say right now. Respect to LA Knight, respect to Brock Lesnar. I know they're trying to get, LA Knight on the card. I'm going to keep it P with y'all, man. I'm going to keep it 100, okay? This is not a WrestleMania match, okay? Brock Lesnar and LA Knight have a minor history. That's because LA Knight eliminated Brock Lesnar or helped. I don't remember if he was the only one or he helped in leading Brock Lesnar getting eliminated from the Royal Rumble. Which, that's how it should start with Brock Lesnar, right? We all thought that was going to be Obafemi's spot. Obafemi was going to be dominant. And then when Brock Lesnar came in, that is who Brock Lesnar was going to get eliminated by, in Obafemi. And then we were originally going to get that match at WrestleMania. Matter of fact, that is a match that is also being tossed around, which, again, I'll talk about WrestleMania in full in a second. I just wanted to respond to that LA Knight and Brock Lesnar report because that sounds ridiculous. That's not a WrestleMania match to me, and I'm not the only one who agrees with that sentiment. A lot of people feel the same way. That is not a WrestleMania match. Number one. Number two, I seen a report talking about how Randy Orton is rumored to be facing Aleister Black at WrestleMania. That's not a WrestleMania match to me. It's a marquee match for a Friday Night SmackDown. I don't know, SummerSlam. You feel me? That's not a WrestleMania match. And this goes to show that WWE is just grabbing straws at this point. Yes, injuries do play a factor. I understand that. But you're at a point, and I know Matt Hardy, I seen what Matt Hardy said, trying to tell, WWE fans, give Triple H his flowers, give him some respect, give him a pass. Okay, that's fine. At the end of the day, though, He's writing the shows. These are his ideas, not ours. Not ours. And I want to shout out one of my homeboys, man. We always talk about WWE. If you're listening, you know who you are. Shout out to you, because we were just talking, and I just threw this question out to him, and I love the response he gave. He was like, so first of all, I posed a question to him. I was like, with everything going on with Triple H, with everything going on with WWE Creative and WrestleMania 42, do you think I could create a better card? Do you think I could run WWE Creative? I would say more better. He was like, yeah, I can, you can, we all can. But I think you really can, because you really are creative and you really know what you're talking about. You're really educational. You're very knowledgeable. You're very creative in what the things that you say. You have merit to what you say. You don't just say things just to say things. Your creative is very, very good. You really have good ideas, and I'm just like, I appreciate that. Like, that's cool. I've had people tell me that too, so I appreciate it. Nothing stroke my own ego. I don't need about that. I ain't worried about that. But I wanted to make a point in that I'm not the only one who has good ideas. There's many people in the community who have good ideas. Majority of them, their ideas, they shit. There's some that are good, like me and a few others. We could book a better WrestleMania than Triple H at this point. That's what it looks like. There's so much shit going on. I was going to save this for the state of the WWE, but I couldn't help myself. I'm like, no. We're going to put out this video today on a Saturday. Hope you guys are enjoying your Valentine's Day. I know I am. But WrestleMania 42. It seems like it's all over the place. LA Knight versus Brock Lesnar. Nobody wants to see that. Randy Orton versus Aleister Black. Nobody wants to see that. Those are not WrestleMania matches to me. You got plenty of other people who don't have direction for WrestleMania, and it got to a point, I believe it was yesterday, right? On Friday. I mean, it's been happening for a cool minute. It's been happening for a while now, for months, from myself and many others in the community, coming up with WrestleMania cards. Coming up with WrestleMania cards that are better than what we're getting right now. Simple. All right? But let's strategize. Let's put our creative crowns on for a second. And let's talk about WrestleMania 42. These ticket sales. Let's start with that. Way too high. TKO. I'd seen a report, which this is fucking... it just does not paint TKO in a good light. I don't think these niggas even give a fuck. I don't think they even give a fuck. I seen a report yesterday talking about how you guys remember, like the Super Bowl, and you have parties and stuff, I mean, the World Series, and you have a get together with friends, family, or just people who love the same team and love the same sport. In turn, a pro wrestling who love WWE. We get together and we do the thing, right? You're at bars, you're at this, that, whoop-de-whoop, whatever. You feel me? And you're all banded together. You're all watching it together. TKO pretty much said any bar, any place who is trying to run WrestleMania, right, at the bar or restaurant, whatever, is not going to be able to do that. They want those people to go to the show. Lower your ticket sales, bro. Lower your ticket sales. Maybe they'll go. Maybe they'll go. Why are you having... See, this is ridiculous to me. They are having to not have fans go to the bar, go to the restaurant, watch WrestleMania. They want y'all to go to the shows. Nigga, that shit is like 10 bands, 20 bands, 30 bands. Have y'all seen this economy? It's a struggle right now. It is a struggle right now. Okay? TKO was out outpricing the WWE fan, a normal WWE fan. They're outpricing them. Simple. And that's all I'm going to say about that. You getting rid of WrestleMania, not having it be at bars and restaurants. TKO, you tripping for real. Y'all niggas are tripping. Like, don't be mad that people would rather go to the bars and go to the restaurant and chill out, have a good time, be among the community, eat, vibe out, and just watch WrestleMania on a screen. Don't be mad about that. Nah, but y'all want them to go pay for these ticket prices. Book a better show. Triple H, that's where you coming. Triple H, that's where you coming. That's where you coming. You've been safe as fuck. You've been safe as fuck. And here's where my creativity is going to come into play. Okay. Like I said, you guys might not like my ideas. That's fine. You cannot deny that I am the most consistent person when it comes to popping out ideas left and right. Left and fucking right, bro. Okay. I might not be a big fish in the community. You guys might not even know who I am. Right? You will over time. We're at a point with the WWE Championship, for example. Let's start there, okay? The WWE Championship is held by Drew McIntyre. Woo! We're going to really get into this one because this shit needs to be said, and I'm going to be the one to say it, okay? Nobody, listen, and I mean nobody wants to see Cody Rhodes versus Drew McIntyre for the fucking 30th time. I know they haven't faced off 30 times. For the 5th, 6th, 7th time. Nobody wants to see that shit. You hear me? Nobody wants to see that. And when I mean nobody, I mean a vast majority of people. Nobody want to see that shit. Then the rumor was Drew McIntyre, Cody Rhodes, and Jacob Fatu. Let me tell you something. That match right there. That's not a WrestleMania match to me. Number one. Number two. That's not even a night one main event, nigga. I'm going to keep it a stat. Respectfully. That is not even a night one main event. That is not. You might disagree, and that's okay. But Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre is not a night one main event, and neither is Drew McIntyre, Cody Rhodes, and Jacob Fatu. That is not a night one main event. I'm sorry. That's just my opinion. You got one option, and you got one option only. And if you skip this, Triple H, I don't know. Randy Orton. Okay, we're going to talk about the Elimination Chamber right now. The best plan to take place for WrestleMania. You need to book a Fatal 4-Way at WrestleMania. Not only do you need to book a Fatal 4-Way, you need to book a Fatal 4-Way elimination match for the WWE Championship. I have it right here. Drew McIntyre, Jacob Fatu, Cody Rhodes, and Randy Orton. Drew McIntyre has beef with Jacob Fatu. Drew McIntyre has beef with Cody Rhodes. Drew McIntyre has beef with Randy Orton. Drew McIntyre has been costing Jacob Fatu and Cody Rhodes. We get to the Elimination Chamber, and this is where Randy Orton gets involved. I would have Drew McIntyre cost Cody Rhodes once again. Randy Orton takes advantage and wins the Elimination Chamber. So you're thinking, okay, we're going to get Drew McIntyre, Randy Orton. Nobody want to see that shit either. Okay. Cody Rhodes got fucked over, so he will be included. That is a triple threat match. They will figure out a way to include Jacob Fatu. That is how it needs to go. You need to do a fatal 4-way. Now, if it's a fatal 4-way, maybe that's the main event at night 1. But you need to do a fatal 4-way. Jacob Fatu, Cody Rhodes, and Drew McIntyre is not a night 1 main event. I'm sorry. Cody Rhodes versus Drew McIntyre is not a night 1 main event. Triple H, you are so safe. You were just talking about how you don't want the wrestling fan, WWE fan, to be fatigued about Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes, but then you're going to give us Drew McIntyre and Cody Rhodes? Yo, we're super fatigued with that shit. Why are we going to get that again? Who wants to see that again? You already did a 3 stages of hell match. So if we do get Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre, nigga, that match better be a Hell in a Cell match. I'll tell you that right now, off rip. And even if it is, the investment really is just not going to be there because it's going to be predictable. And Cody Rhodes is going to win again. It's a Hell in a Cell match. That's fine. But it's practically the same match. Oh, we see some blood. Okay. But it's not really going to mean much. Let me tell you something. People are getting sick of this Cody Rhodes, babyface, John Cena character. I'm just going to tell you that right now. It's not just coming from me. It's coming from many people. Might not be a vast majority, but those vast majority of people are actually getting a little bit bigger and bigger and bigger. People are getting sick of this Cody Rhodes character. Okay? So if you have Cody Rhodes versus Drew McIntyre, it's predictable. Predictable is not bad, but in this sense, predictable is bad. You have Cody Rhodes versus Jacob Fatu versus Drew McIntyre. That's unpredictable. True. Because Jacob Fatu could retain or could become the world champ. Drew McIntyre could retain. What sounds better, though, is including Randy Orton. Randy Orton needs to be included. Speaking of Randy Orton, like I said, Randy Orton versus Aleister Black might sound like a fresh match. And that's true. It is a fresh match. My nigga, that is not a WrestleMania match. I'm going to tell you that right now, off the rip. That is not a WrestleMania match. I'm sorry. Listen. When I think of WrestleMania, I think of big time matches. And by the way, this is all WWE's fault. This is all WWE's fault, man. They ain't really got a lot of players on the SmackDown side. They don't. They're all on Monday Night Raw. Not all of them, but majority of them, they on Monday Night Raw. You ain't got a lot there on SmackDown. You got some pieces. But they're not as big as they are on Monday Night Raw. The WWE Championship match at WrestleMania needs to be Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton, Jacob Fatu, Drew McIntyre. Fatal 4-way. You could make it a fatal 4-way elimination style. Do it. That match right there, that is a night 1 WrestleMania main event. Cody Rhodes versus Drew McIntyre, that is not a night 1 WrestleMania main event, in my opinion. If it happens, it is what it is. It'll be the main event. I can't do nothing about that. Whatever. If it's Drew McIntyre, Jacob Fatu, Cody Rhodes, it'll be the main event of night 1. It is what it is. I can't do nothing about it. I'm not in charge. It's not a night 1 main event, and I'll continue to say that as we get close to WrestleMania, if those 2 matches or if one of them actually becomes a reality. You fucking up Randy Orton in the process by not including him in the WWE Championship picture makes absolutely no sense to me. It makes no sense. And them just rolling up a storyline with Aleister Black, that is not going to get the viewer invested. Trust me, best believe that. It's not. Okay? Let's move on from that. Let's get into the Women's Tag Team Championship match. This has been a big discussion. It really started last night on Friday Night SmackDown, where Rhea Ripley and Io Sky, 2 of my favorites. I love both ladies. Shout out to both of them, man, for real. I think everybody agrees. They should not be a part of this tag team thing. They should not. Nobody wants to see this. Okay? I got a couple options for you guys. Number one, they remain in the tag team, and we get Rhea Ripley and Io, Lyra Valkyria and Bayley. The Bella Twins, either Lash Legend and Nia Jax or Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez in a fatal 4-way ladder match for the tag team titles. That's number one. Number two, we get Rhea Ripley and Io Sky versus the Bella Twins in a tag team match for the tag team titles. That's number two. Number three, we do not include Rhea Ripley and Io Sky. Something happens in the Elimination Chamber. They fuck that up. They go their separate ways. We get another team in there to face against the Bella Twins. And those would be the champions, by the way, when they would face the Bella Twins. And if that's the case, Lyra Valkyria and Bayley should be the recipient of that. And they can face the Bella Twins at WrestleMania. I believe the Bella Twins, somehow, some way, will challenge for the women's tag team titles at WrestleMania. Against who? I don't know. But I believe that the Bella Twins, Nikki and Brie, will go on to WrestleMania and be the challengers for the women's tag team titles. The options without including Io and Rhea in the women's tag team division. We either get a one-on-one match, again, from Evolution, but at WrestleMania against Io and Rhea Ripley. Oh, there's no story. You got to be kidding me. Like, y'all know who y'all not talking to? You know who you talking to? Come on, man. I remember this shit like the back of my hand. There's story. There's story. There's rich history. It's not just from the Evolution pay-per-view. No, there's just rich history between the two. Previous to Evolution. Y'all don't remember how many times Io has beaten Rhea Ripley? Do y'all not remember that? Evolution beat her for the Women's Championship on Monday Night Raw. There was other times Io is consistently beaten Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley has never beaten Io Sky. Elva. There's your story. And no, Rhea Ripley should not turn heel because of that. Now, I originally pitched after Rhea Ripley losing to Io Sky on Monday Night Raw for the Women's World title when Io defeated Rhea Ripley. I believe that was the main event on Monday Night Raw. I believe that was. Rhea Ripley cut a promo after that match backstage with Kathy Kelly. You can see by her demeanor. You can see what the character was going, and I thought it was going to be a shift. I thought Rhea was going to turn heel. Nah, fuck all of that. She is the most popular female women's star we have ever seen. I'm going to be honest. It's been years. I'm going to even say something even crazier, something of a hot take. We haven't seen this type of popularity in a decade for the women, to be honest. About, okay, other than Becky Lynch. Let me trace back. Okay, other than Becky Lynch, even though I think Rhea Ripley's popularity is bigger than when the man was around. That's just me. That's my personal opinion. That's kind of where I stand on that. But with Io and Rhea Ripley, that one-on-one match at WrestleMania would do wonders. Because the story is there. Rhea has never beaten Io Sky. There's your story. It makes sense. What do I think WWE is going to do? I have no idea what WWE is going to do. I have no idea. I really don't. So I'm just going to sit and I'm going to wait for whatever decision they make. And then I'm going to come right here and give my opinion on it. Rather they did the right thing or they, of course, as always, do the wrong thing. So whatever happens with Rhea Ripley and Io, I'll give y'all my opinion on it whenever we get that decision. We got Roman Reigns and we got CM Punk. What about Jade Cargill? There is rumors, there's innuendos, there's speculation, all that shit going on with Jade Cargill. I know WWE is pissed. I know they're pissed. Not at Bianca Belair, but at the situation. I know they pissed right now. Everybody and their mother, we all knew what the game plan was. We already knew what type of smoke was coming our way. Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair 1v1 WrestleMania. We knew this. This was crystal clear. Now more than ever before, with the rumors going around, that is exactly what was going to happen. Now that might be in jeopardy. Why? Because Bianca Belair's status is unknown. We don't know what's going on with her. I miss her so much. We all miss her. We all want her on our TVs. She just adds even more to an overall disappointing and disgusting women's division. Not the ladies' fault. I want to make that clear. It is not the ladies' fault. It's the fucking creative. So, since it's unlikely, looking like Bianca Belair is going to miss. Bianca Belair is going to miss WrestleMania. That's crazy for me to even utter out of my mouth. Where are we going with Jade Cargill? There's only one match that makes sense to happen. Charlotte Flair needs to win the Elimination Chamber. Tiffany Stratton, I'm sorry. I know you just came back. I understand that. Not everybody deserves to be on WrestleMania, though. I feel the same thing with Sami Zayn. I'm going to say the same thing with Tiffany Stratton. We need to get Charlotte Flair and Jade Cargill at WrestleMania. That needs to be the match at WrestleMania, or a triple threat involving Tiffany Stratton where we get Jade Cargill, Charlotte Flair, and Tiffany Stratton. Those are really the only two options we have, is the triple threat match between Jade Cargill, Charlotte Flair, and Tiffany Stratton. Or we get a one-on-one match between Jade Cargill and Charlotte Flair. Me personally, I would go with the one-on-one match with Charlotte Flair and Jade Cargill. That's just my opinion. It is what it is. But I know it's not just WWE who's frustrated, man. The WWE fans were frustrated because we miss B. We miss B. We want B back on our TVs, bro, because we know what position she was originally supposed to be in. And that was against Jade Cargill. 1v1. Taking that crown from Jade Cargill. Looking like that's unlikely, and that sucks. I don't know about Braun Breaker and Seth Rollins either. It's looking like Braun Breaker's gonna miss WrestleMania, and again, that fucking sucks. That sucks, man. So what do you do with Seth Rollins if he's gonna make WrestleMania? So if he's gonna make Mania, I actually would have him. Just, this might not sound good, but it is what it is. We got to get him on the card, man. Seth Rollins has been on TV for so long, putting in the work. The difference between him and Tiffany Stratton, people. So I ain't trying to have y'all correct me. Tiffany Stratton's been gone for the majority of the year. If not 95% of the year. Last year. She got hurt. But wait, no. I believe she got hurt, but then she also took time off. Seth Rollins has always been there. He recently got hurt a couple weeks ago. So this isn't just, it happened a long time ago. Nah, it kind of happened recently. If Seth Rollins is back, you need to put him on the card. Now, the problem is I don't want them to just come up with some fucking match for Seth Rollins. And no, I'm sorry. I am so sorry. Seth Rollins versus Bronson Reed is not a WrestleMania match. That's on the same level with LA Knight and Brock Lesnar. That's the same shit with fucking Randy Orton and Aleister Black. Those three matches alone, Brock Lesnar versus LA Knight, Randy Orton versus Aleister Black, and Seth Rollins versus Braun Breaker. I'm sorry, ladies and fellas. I'm sorry. Those are not WrestleMania matches to me. I would never put those on. I would never put those matches on WrestleMania 42's card, bro. I'm sorry. I'm not just gonna put people on a card just to come up with matches. They gotta all make sense. Every match on the card from night 1 and night 2 has, like, yo, it's gotta make sense. It's gotta make sense. Maybe my mindset is different. Maybe my intelligence, my swagger is different from others, but yeah, I'm not doing Bronson Reed versus Seth Rollins. That's not a WrestleMania match to me. And by the way, we already seen that shit. So no, I ain't trying to see that. I would rather see a tag team match if they're gonna include Bad Bunny and Logan Paul. But personally, if everything was together and Bronson Reed, or not Bronson Reed, if Braun Breaker and Seth Rollins were okay, you got that one-on-one match. I would have done Logan Paul versus Bad Bunny 1v1, but if Seth Rollins is going to come back and Braun Breaker's not, let's do Logan Paul and Seth Rollins versus Bad Bunny and, Bad Bunny and Seth Rollins, versus Logan Paul and Bronson Reed. Bronson Reed gets on the card, Logan Paul gets on the card, Bad Bunny gets on the card, and Seth Rollins gets on the card. It makes sense. Logan Paul and Bronson Reed versus Bad Bunny and Seth Rollins in a tag team match. I know, that doesn't sound intriguing at all. It really doesn't. But if Seth Rollins is coming back and Seth Rollins is coming back in time for WrestleMania, honestly, that match makes the most sense. I would rather see that than Bronson Reed versus Seth Rollins one-on-one, because to me, it's just my opinion, respectfully, that's just not a WrestleMania match. So it is what it is. Everything is all combustible. What's going to happen with Julia? What's happening with Julia, man? I don't understand this shit. It's very frustrating the way that they have been utilizing Julia. Kiana James, or Kiana, excuse me, sweetheart, my bad. Kiana James, who's very, very talented. The future is extremely bright for her, man. It really, really is. It is for Julia as well, but the frustration with Julia's booking is pissing me off, man. It's pissing me off. But her versus Julia one-on-one at WrestleMania, is that a WrestleMania match? I don't think so. People are saying Jordynne Grace versus Julia for the Women's U.S. title. You don't want to rush a match of that low altitude. Is that a WrestleMania match? No, it's not. But you need to have the Women's United States Championship on the show. You need to have the women's tag team titles on the show. You need to have the 2 tag team title matches on the fucking show. You need to have the women's IC title on the show. You need to have the IC title on the show. You need to have the U.S. men's title on the show. Every one of these titles need to be defended, man. WWE, it's up to you to be creative and give us a compelling stories for WrestleMania, and stop putting all your eggs in, Roman Reigns and CM Punk basket, because right now, WrestleMania looking pretty bleak right now. Liv Morgan and Stephanie Vaquer. That's definitely gonna happen. I think you could have got bang for your buck for a better match, and maybe Liv Morgan and Raquel, or not Raquel, maybe Raquel, but Liv and Roxanne maybe should have battled for the tag team titles, and you could have done Rhea and Stephanie Vaquer, and maybe add Io and make it a triple threat, or maybe add Liv and make it a fatal 4-way. I wouldn't mind that either if they did a fatal 4-way between Io, Rhea, Liv Morgan, and Stephanie Vaquer. It just feels like WWE is not coming up with multiple plans. They're not coming up with B, C, or D. They're just coming up with A or B. And it's just not a good look right now. It's not a good look. We don't know what's going to go on with Io and Rhea. That's insane to me. What's going on with LA Knight? Sami Zayn, I don't think he's going to be on the card, but what's going on with him? And this is my just complaints about multi-women and multi-men matches. I just think it's going to happen. I want to see Trick Williams versus Carmelo Hayes at WrestleMania. I do not think we're getting that at all. I think Carmelo Hayes is going to be in a ladder match of sorts, which I'm perfectly fine with. That's fine. But that would not be my first bet. I would not do that at first. Not everybody deserves to be on WrestleMania. I'm sorry. We need to get the announced officially for, Dominic Mysterio and Finn Balor. That needs to happen. So that's Roman Reigns and CM Punk, and Dominic Mysterio and Finn Balor for the IC title. Becky Lynch and AJ Lee, I think, are going to have a second match. That one being taking place at WrestleMania. And that's where I think AJ Lee is going to win the women's IC title. I see Becky Lynch cheating against AJ Lee. They're in AJ Lee's hometown, CM Punk as well. So I think Becky Lynch is going to cheat to retain. And then we're going to get that rematch at WrestleMania where Becky Lynch loses the women's IC title and AJ Lee ultimately retains. Or not retains, but becomes the champion. My bad. Is looking blink. It's looking blink. But let me know what you guys thought about this conversation. Thank you guys for continuing to support. Be sure to spread the word of the Wrestling Takeover podcast. Word of mouth does go a long way. Please press that subscribe button on YouTube. Subscribe to the official YouTube channel, youtube.com/JTTakeover. Turn on all notifications, please, on YouTube so you guys don't miss any upcoming videos. You guys will always be getting a notification telling you guys that, the Wrestling Takeover published a brand new video. So be sure to tap into that so you guys are fully aware when I publish a brand new video on the Wrestling Takeover podcast. All things WWE talk, man. This is the realest wrestling podcast, the most honest, and most importantly, the most creative wrestling podcast in the space. Appreciate all the love and support, man. I appreciate y'all, and I'll see y'all next time. Listen, man, we got more videos coming up, so I'll talk to y'all soon.